Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Building a Nation. We are in Finland in control of TPS in order to try and build up the Finnish national team, make them an absolute force to be reckoned with, and to make TPS a global powerhouse really, try to bring them up there in the rankings. I mean, maybe global's a little bit too far, but at least in the Champions League, floating around there, always like back to do a decent job in the Champions League. As you can see with the table, we're a few more games in. I think the last game that we played on camera was against HJK in the Suomen Cup. And that's exactly where we're going to head off with on this episode because we did make the final. Here's the standings right now. And then we can go into the schedule. So here was the last game. We absolutely dominated HJK. Just absolutely menacing. It was ridiculous. Paila scored 4 goals, which was insane. What I did then is for the next round I played the same team again because that's how you reward the team. You play well, you get to keep playing. We made some little bit of rotation in for the VPS game, and I think we didn't really look that great in this game, which was kind of disappointing. But we managed to snag a draw, which was great. I think they scored in the 64th minute, and we scored in the 65th. We couldn't get a winner. We started playing better in the second half, though, that's for sure. Especially after we conceded the first goal. Gave them a little telling off, a little shouting at, and performance improved. But we wasn't that good up until this point. So to get 1-1, I'll take that. We kind of snagged a draw, if anything. Next game we was away at HIFK, which I believe is a Swedish-speaking area of Finland. And we absolutely battered them, which was great. Got momentum back from the last game, and hopefully he can carry us into the Suomen Cup final, which is today. And this game here could give us 1 foot into the European door. I think it's the Conference League. I think maybe you get to play or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I think from last season when Nistan won it, it said something about them qualifying for Europe because you can't get that in the first division, but only in the top division through playing games and final table standings. What I need to do is put back the team that we'd been using in the cup, our main team again. I am gonna put Hoxa back in there. Huverinen is good. Koppinen's good. Taimi back. I have been playing Jelinek over McGlure because he just plays well for us. It's great. It's what we need. Boy is not gonna start this game because he's not 100% yet. I'll give him some minutes towards the end of the game, like I usually do with our winger rotation. Stojkovic in for Hämäläinen. Paila back up top. And we'll bring Pohjalainen straight back into here. Osede also needs to be played because he's starting to complain, even though he was injured for like 2 weeks or something and just a part of rotation. So we're going to have him back in there. In fact, Horton can come off the bench. And I think we should be good with the rest. Yeah, okay, perfect. So this is going to be a very, very big game. I did see that Rantanen has a little bit off his full stamina bar, but he should last us at least 45, just what we need. He's been playing well, so it's kind of important to have him there. I think he's been playing in the cup quite a bit for us, so just point the finger and prove everyone that you are winners. It is a great team talk by the look of it. Everyone's motivated. I think SJK are like 8th or something at the moment, so they're not exactly the bottom of the pack, but they're a team who can do something. Hopefully we can give them no chance today. Can we get an early goal? No, we can't. It's a shame. Oh, hang on. Direct play, Stojkovic over the bar. It's very unlucky. Here we go. Taimi, Stojkovic. Very poor ball. Hopefully our press can win this back. It's usually quite decent, our press. But I do think sometimes we have a bit of a pass around here, then a big hefty through ball like this. Okay, thankfully we was able to defend it this time. But that's how I've seen we've been open more often than not, is by playing around here, big hefty ball. Rantanen, that's unlucky. Come on boys, 3 shots, none of them on target, let's demand more. Show everyone your winners. I don't know why they're all getting so frustrated. I want to set a high level. I need them to perform. I don't know why they're getting so rattled by that. You know what? For the team talk, I think I'm going to go with, if we get a goal, I'll make us favourites to win, because I really do think that's what could happen if we snag the first goal. I mean, we are ahead here. A possession game is actually nowhere near as good as usual. No, oh, thank God. Oof. Okay, it's going to be substitution time. Boy can get in. Rantanen is a little bit tired. I don't know why I say he's nervous. It's kind of weird. I thought he'd have been a big game player for us, but Paila's coming off for Royha, and I think Big Cass has to come on. I think he does. In fact, I'm going to ring Matichak off, which could be controversial because he's one of our best creative players, but Kalina played well in the last game, scored a free kick also. Hopefully he can bring something. Give him some encouragement. Everyone's reacted very well to that. This is very late. I don't think we can deal with conceding. Oh, we've conceded. We're going to have to throw the kitchen sink at this. You can go up here, advanced playmaker. I think an attack. I can't believe we've actually conceded at this point. Oh man, we're actually going to lose. We actually lost. That is so poor. Oh wow. How do we not win? This is a joke. I can't look at this. I can't look at this. Thrash arms. Woeful performance, which means now we have to play well in the league to get any form of European football. This isn't the clearest set of rules that I've ever seen for the top spots, but I'm going to guess with nothing here, that means top 2 get a chance to play for Europe, and then with all of these, it means that we play for each other. We play against each other just to see who can get the final place for Europe, I'm guessing. So we've advanced ahead a little bit. I've been able to get myself a new deal, which is lovely. Means we can keep doing our job and keep our project running overall. We've also had a youth intake preview, which, I don't know, I guess you can kind of take these with a pinch of salt because it's not necessarily always going to be great. Plus, being in the league that we're in, I guess most intakes are going to be somewhat good, like excellent level, because the league isn't exactly blessed with all the talent in the world. But again, we're going to have another goalkeeper by the look of it. We're going to have some more central midfielders, attacking midfielders, and a centre back who's half decent. I kind of wish we'd get a good midfielder, and hopefully this does come true. Someone who's going to be a bit of a star for us. Maybe even a centre back. Hopefully this guy could be borderline, like say 3.5, 4 stars, because I think we could do with one of them. And I think right now we have a good use of a young centre back. But as long as we get a good centre mid, or someone who could maybe take the torch from Magichak, because I reckon he could probably go in the next year or two, and then we can have them fill in the role of the register and kind of start training them to do that as soon as the intake's finally done. I think they're going to come in like August or September or something. I think that's when the intake comes through for this league. But here is the big game of the episode. In fact, I guess you could say the Suomen Cup was probably the biggest game of this episode, but this game here, if we win, we could go top, because HJK are 3 points ahead of us. We're second right now. I don't know how we're second. We've drew like 2 or 3 games. So from that Suomen Cup final, we then went against Lahti and Cups, and we didn't score in these games, and it's kind of worrying a little bit because we are far ahead in the shots, and the shots on target also is something that we're ahead of, but we just can't seem to actually get it in the back of the net. I'm not sure if it's maybe a finishing issue or if it's just a dry spell for our strikers, but hopefully going into this next game we can end that little rut and start getting some goals in. One of the problems we have with HJK is the fact he's been on international duty. He's playing regularly for the Finnish youth teams, both the under 18s, the 19s, and the 21s. I think depending on if they have a tournament coming up, he's filling that gap for them. So he's playing very, very regularly and playing a majority of the games that they have, which is great to see. I think what we're going to do is have this centre-back partnership because it's our best. With Väyrynen is starting, we're going to have Sundman play as the backup because he's more fit than HJK, even though I would like to have him play. It's just unfortunate, really, with how it's worked. I believe we can... By the way, we went to the 4-2-3-1 because Maciek got injured, and I felt like... And Kalina also was a little bit struggling for fitness, so we had to go back to our old formation. But Maciek is back now, and he's ready to set the league back on fire again. Vesede, Pohjalainen, and Stojkovic, who is now wanted by Genk, which could be some decent money. He's worth up to 425k max as the rough price. Hopefully we can get a good fee for him if he does end up going. We're going to bring Pajala back on, and I think Ranton can get himself on the bench. Kalina's wanted because he's going to be left to expire his contract. Aside from that, I don't think there is any other changes that we need to make. So let's get into this. I think a little fist pump, the good run, show what you can do. Hopefully that will be enough. We are at home, so we do have the home advantage. I should imagine we've got a nice crowd here to watch this. It is a very big game for us. First highlight of the game, 20 minutes in. It's a very good ball through. Pajala. He did bang 4 in against these last time, so if you can just do half of that, I think we could probably sneak a win, to be honest. I don't think we've conceded many goals at all this season. I mean, touch wood, we can keep that going. It's more of our offensive end, which has been more of the problem. That was a bit of a risky ball, Pohjalainen. See, this is the thing. It happens so often. That's how we always seem to concede if we do. It's not what we needed. Is there an answer back? Maciek to McGlaw. Sundman. I like this little bit of possession that we've got. We need to... Big ball across. Pohjalainen. We've answered back straight away. What a ball. I thought that was ridiculously ambitious, but I'll take that. It's 1-1, game on. I've noticed that I've focused a little bit more on the chance conversion, and with the 7 shots, we've had 4 on target, and I think usually that'd be like 7 shots, 2 on target. So hopefully our conversion's paying off. Glad we're winning the ball back. Swing this one in. Pajala. Bang. 2-1. Look at this. I like the attendance that we've got. I think I'm going to check the attendance after this game to see how many, because it looks like we've got quite a few here. Probably about 4k or something, I'd imagine. Outstretched, having a lot of shots on target. Let's keep it going. Keep the morale positive. Someone's took a bit of a knock. I think Hoxer's on the bench, so we could bring him off. And I think I will actually get that done. But let's see the highlight first. Hopefully we can defend. No penalty, that's good. Over the bar, fantastic. Yeah, Hoxer for Sundman. Johansson to Raitala. Get a foot in, boys. Nice. The counter. That's your boy. Big cross, that's absolutely wasteful. Are we going to get done on the counter? Nice one. That's the ball with the midfielder. Stojkovic. Paila. That's a little bit grady, that. Magicek. He's not offside, is he? Oh, we doubled the tally. HJK, the biggest team really that we could go against. It's like the team which we seem to have the most fun against. It's madness. Who else do we bring on? I think we're going to bring Rantanen on for Ajiboy. And that will be all of our subs for this game. I kind of hope we'd have no more highlights for the rest of this now and it just gets to the end. I think we might have to do the rodent defensive time wasting tactic very soon, just to hold this out. I think he might be off. He's not off. He looked off to me. If there was VAR, maybe he would have been ruled offside. But we will take that, and time wasting in full effect and very defensive. Let's see this result out. No more highlights. Shots on targets has skyrocketed. What a game. What a game. So I think we beat them 4-0 last time, and this time was a 4-1. It's the stuff of dreams against arguably the hardest team in the league. We have now gone ahead, and HJK have a very low goal difference in comparison. Very good day at the office. I'm glad we're getting back to our scoring ways. And an awful lot of emails come straight through. Sunman is out for 3 to 6 days. It's not too bad at all. Let's give Pyle a little arm around. Pleased with what you're doing. And the Genk boss was out here watching Stojkovic, who played a decent game. And Magicek will be missing for the next game. I actually kind of wish I kept him on. If I didn't realise that he'd already had a booking before, because I think in this league, in the rules, it's something about like 2 bookings or something like every 3 yellow cards is a 1 match ban, which is kind of annoying. So it's quite common for people to be suspended for games, but it is what it is. I guess it gives us more chance of having rotation, which is nice. Let's look at this schedule now. I am thinking that maybe I'm going to sail away into the future, and I think I'll tell you what, I'm going to actually blast through all this. I know we're going to go against Turku, and that's our big rivals, but I think I'm going to take us to the last game of the season, or of the regular season at least, and then we can have a catch up, and by this point we should have a bit more of an idea of what's going to come in the youth intake, and a little bit more of an idea of what's going to happen and what we need to do ideally in the top 6 playoff for the European competition places, because that's where we're going to start bringing the real money in. Even if it's just Conference League, it's still going to be something. It's going to help us with the finances. And just for anyone interested in the finances, this is 22k the whole. And just one final thing before I bow out for the episode. We have made a decision on some of the players, some of the older players, and some of the more rotational players, of who we're going to release. We tried to get Royhart in on like a squad player, lower playing time, and tried to get a lower wage. He rejected the contract, so it's unfortunate. And Rantanen, we tried to sort of bring his wage down because he wanted like 500 or something per week, and that's not something we really want to pay right now. For Hämäläinen, because he's got quite a big presence in the team, even though he doesn't play, I really wanted to try and get him on like a squad player or someone just to be like a part of the back room, just more of an experienced player to help guide the team, guide the younger players, but he wasn't having that. He wanted an important player or nothing, so he's not going to get a contract for the next season. Kalina, I don't think he's good enough to keep going forward. He's learning to play the register role for this season, but I think this is going to be the last season, which is why he's wanted right now, because he's going to be wanted on the end of a contract. And Udstrom, he's just not going to get a sniff near our team. So that's everyone for this season. And I will catch you all again at the end of the season against, funnily enough, HJK. And hopefully we can score another 4 goals against them. But either way, I'm out.